The tank got emptied this morning. This was our tank for juvenile crayfish, so we put all the baby ones in here and removed the females and the big males. Left them for 2 months, eating the algae, nothing else apart from a few tidbits out of the kitchen.
Yeah, he's a big.
And here we go.
เดี๋ยวน้ำลงหน่อยหนูจะทำบ่อนี้อีกบ่อนึงเนี่ยนี่ตายมั้งนี่เลือดร่วงไปเมื่อกี้นี้
Always casualties. These are slightly bigger ones. We had another bigger one which has gone into the adult tank. Put the hyacinth and the snails to one side and kept a few guppies as well. We don't keep that many guppies because they breed so fast. So when we empty the small crayfish into the grout pond, which we'll show you soon, we just bung them in there. Cormorants now, most of them. But yeah, we don't want too many fish in the tanks, otherwise obviously it increases the poop levels. We've got another tank over here which is set up for the babies. So what we've been doing is putting the pregnant females in here, and then once the berries hatch, then we take the females out, and you can see this tank does particularly well for this algae. I have been asked to what algae it is. I don't know, guys, but we're just very lucky that it keeps coming back. So each time we empty it, we just use the coconut fibre brush, clean the most of it out. When it's spent, it goes more like a sludge, and then top it up again, and then by the time the pregnant females hatch their berries, the algae come back again. Different in here. You'll see there's more of a sludge in here, but this has just got the big males and the big females in here, so they get it on in here. It's a bit of a jig tank, we call it, and this is purely for holding the big ones to send out as brood stock, or to transfer into that one once they're pregnant. And these 3 tanks are going to be the same as well.
To test it to sell, sorry, no sell, no sell, no sell. Just for stomach. That sell 100 baht is. จับกุ้งย้ายกุ้ง Look at them. Cute, isn't it? We only sell the parent just for now. This for eat. Wow.
See, it is a lot.
How much? How many you think? 100?
Oh, and the rest.
I'd say at least 300 or 400. Okay, time to put them in the new home. Right, the wife has assumed the position. Hang on. What are you doing?
Get comfy. Okay.
Okay. Time to grow big, you lot.
I'm gonna count them.
Toon said there's about 100 there. I reckon there's about 400.
50. Another 50. You think?
Yeah, about that.
Another 70. Another 90, isn't it? About this nip is about 100 in there. Look at them all. Another 150. Right, this gonna be.
And guppies.
Yeah.
And shrimp. And a couple of dead crayfish.
We're gonna funnel them.
Buried at sea. Excellent. High five.
Just adult for sale, guy, and this all when they bake, we're gonna eat them.
Your red claws take about 2 years to become full size, but after about a year they're big enough to eat, no problem at all. Tasting the missus. And the missus?
Yeah.
Sounded so convincing. Onto our packaging, guys. What we do, we put them in foam boxes. Prior to putting them in there, we open some old plastic water bottles, leave a bit of a hinge on them, pop the crayfish in there, close the top back down and sellotape them up, but we don't put the screw tops back on, just to make sure that the air can circulate around in there. To control the temperature inside the foam box, we don't place a small drinks water bottle in there that's frozen and wrap that in a plastic bag, so for some reason it gets damaged and leaks, we don't get water all in the box. Then if there's any space available, Toon puts a little bag in there filled with air just to stop everything moving around. The other option you've got, if you're buying a brood set from us, you can order some aquatic plants, so alligator weed, hyacinth, there's morning glories, a few of the bits and bobs as well, and also apple snails seem to be quite popular. So yeah, you can get like a complete set ready to just put into your tank if you haven't got those sort of aquatic plants available. Once they're all popped in, the foam box is then sellotaped up, and then we shoot off a nice little romantic drive out to the local post office. They then pop that into the foam box into a cardboard box, pop the details on there, and away they go. The good thing about the postage is if we can get them sent off before 10 AM, then usually anywhere within Thailand the delivery is the next day, sort of like mid to late afternoon. True to form, trying to do a video and the boys are making a racket. A couple of other bits of useless information for you guys. We only sell or send crayfish within Thailand. We don't send to the Philippines or Laos or Cambodia, anywhere like that. Apologies, we get quite a few inquiries about that. So it's just within Thailand, so it's normally next day delivery. The only time it might take a little bit longer than that is if we have to trap some of the girls, because although we always have a lot of females in the tanks, quite often they're carrying young, or they've still got the berries on them, so we don't send any that are buried up in the post. Previous to this, we used to send them in iced water. I watched a YouTube video, the Australian Fisheries Department or Aquaculture Department, whatever it's called. We copied how they send them, but we had a few fatalities sending them that way. Don't know whether they died in transit or whether they're with them being acclimatized at the other end. You know, it takes several hours to acclimatise your crayfish. If they've been in iced water, you take the ice out, you leave them at sort of like normal ambient temperature for a few hours, and then you gradually introduce them into the tank where they're going to stay. So it's easy to shock them to death. This way, to date, we haven't had a single death. So all good. Everything's always arrived within 48 hours. I think 36 hours is the longest, actually, not 48. So it's all good. It seems to be the way to go after us having a real old pain in the backside sending our crayfish. It looked like we were gonna bin it off and just have them for our own consumption, which is still not a bad thing. But now we can sell them. We may well be selling big males in the future on their own by the kg. But as present, we're only selling brood sets. So a brood set is 1 big male and 3 big females. If we struggle to get 3 big females, we'll substitute each big female with 2 slightly smaller ones. I say just sometimes it depends on if they've got berries or not. The ideal is they've just been studied, if that's the right word, and the berries aren't popping out, so the abdomens are swelling up. We can transit those, and then by the time they get to you and they've been in the tank a few weeks, then you should see the little berries starting to come out the vent and hang on to the abdomen. So yeah, you won't. We don't sell any crayfish that have got berries. The only time that we would allow that is if you come and do farm gate pickup, guys. Then you can have them in any state that you so wish. As far as prices go, it's 1,000 baht for each brood set. And as I say, we can always pop a few snails and aquatic plants in there for you as well. Postage and packaging for one set is roughly 150 baht. That's what we charge, but a lot of it depends on the weight. So if it's a little bit more than that, then don't worry about it. It's just a set fee. If you order a lot, you know, sort of like 5 sets up, then we'll cap the postage and packaging off, and then anything over what we charge you, we'll meet the difference. So yeah, all good. If you fancy putting an order in, then you can always email us. Email is in the description below, legal71@gmail.com. You can also reach us on Porpeang Farm, Thailand, and that's our website. There's quite a bit of information on our crayfish sales there, and also on our Facebook page, Toon and Leigh, Porpeang Farm, Thailand. Ingenious name. That's it for today then, guys. Didn't take very long to do an update, did it? Should have done it about a year ago. Only 2 words to say to you before I go, guys. Darwin Nunes.